Good evening, everyone. My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. And today is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And the song is called, I'm not sure what the song is called actually, but it's the Shadow Temple theme slash the Kakariko Village Well. And this was one of the votes to go into my next episode of VGM Vibes 7, which is going to be a video about all spooky themes in games. So the people have spoken. They want me to hear this one. I'm excited because it's The Legend of Zelda, and I know you guys seem to love this game. I'm assuming this is Koji Kondo, most likely. This is from the channel Video Game Music. Nice. So, let's do it. Shadow Temple, or Kakariko Village Well. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This will be featured in VGM Vibe 7, so I'll see you there. All right, let's go. Oh, is this gonna be like an ambient one? I wasn't specific. As long as it's spooky, it's cool. If there's any place to be ambient, it's spooky. Oh, little volume swell. That's a nice touch. So based on the information I was given, this plays in a couple places. One, I would have to imagine to be a well. Yeah, this is spooky. It's like a ghost sound. Even the percussion is like unsettling. You can tell Koji Kondo was having fun here. Turning these knobs, turning this slider here, you know. I don't know if I'm imagining things, but the drums seem to have either picked up or got louder. Now they're quieter. You know what it feels like? It feels like something's crawling up on you. Like you're stepping away from it and coming back to it. Yeah, see, like right there, it's gone. Like you got some distance away from it or something. And it's over. Okay. Yeah, that was that had a lot of votes. I can see why. So before I even talk about this one, if you're unfamiliar, I do a sub-series called VGM Vibes, where they're not reactions. Those are kind of the opposite, where I've heard the song before, that's why I'm hearing it now. Or I've played the game, so I know a little bit about it. And it's very community driven. A lot of patrons, which are also free members, they suggest and then they vote. So right now they're in the voting phase, and so it's like a big group effort. And it's a way for me to hear songs that are already on my list, songs that weren't even requested. It's like a cool little thing. And it covers a lot of grounds. Like one thing I like about it is it's not just one even though it's a central theme, in this case, spooky, there's not, any rules, well, not for me at least, where it has to be melodic or very musical or something. I expected the choices that were to be picked. I don't know why I said it like that. To be picked. I'll just leave it in there. That was spooky. I got the spirits in me now. I was expecting a lot of the picks to have a huge range of like cartoon spooky, creepy, purely ambient, stuff like that. So we can get a whole variety. And this one was definitely on the like entirely ambient side. Very few musical ideas besides essentially just the drums. Dun, 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 da. Just pretty much keeping time. And then it sounded like the rest of the sound effects were probably made in like a day or maybe even a couple of hours. Like just loop this drum, turn it down, turn it back up for the dynamics, and then just add different sound effects and then cascade them from left to right, slide them, volume swells. A volume swell is exactly what it sounds like. Something goes from like, So the whole thing is very atmospheric. And yeah, this one kind of nailed it, even though it doesn't seem to have a specific location where it plays, which was pretty normal back then in this era of consoles where some songs just got reused. That still happens to this day, actually. Not everything has their own specific song. So from what I gather, this is both a shadow temple, or the shadow temple, and then a well as well. A well as well. So I'm not sure at which point it's more fitting, or maybe, I'm sure you guys have played this, so what do you think is more fitting, or are they fitting in both? But yeah, this one was definitely about like just little slight melodies that were just kind of playing and toying with you. It felt like the spooky ghost noises and the creaking of stuff. But I really, really admire the dynamics, which were all the volumes going in and out. In this case, the percussion. It felt like I was walking away from some lingering shadow, and it's getting closer, and then it's, we get some distance on it. Yeah. And the hand percussion kind of gives it this also spooky feel too. It almost feels very, I don't know, just very raw and awesome. That's really cool though, that the even a game like this, which I've always associated with, mind you, I've only heard like 4 songs from this whole game, but I've always associated it with, because it's Zelda and Koji Kondo, I've always associated with heavy melodies and very, very musical pieces. I've said before in the past that a lot of stuff from Zelda and Koji Kondo have very, very memorable things, like stuff that has stuck with you your entire life, things that you've been humming your entire life. Very big emphasis on the melody. So it's nice to hear the other side, which I didn't even know existed. I just figured the whole thing was full of that, was full of little hits everywhere. But I can see that they also have the immersive side, and that tells me that the game is a complete package as far as, well, I'm sure everyone's going to say has everything. I know this game is considered by many outlets and magazines and articles that this is one of the best games, if not the best game of all time. It is not every day you encounter that. I don't have an opinion, I never played it, and I know that's still subjective. But when you have a lot of people say that, it kind of makes you think, like, oh wow, and now I see why. I kind of already knew why with the whole soundtrack that I've heard, which is very strong, Gerudo Valley, and what was it, Temple of Time or whatever it was. There was another one, I can't remember what it was. Oh, before I even get out of here, I wanted to mention that I also had a lot of chit chat about another game called Majora's Mask, which apparently is right after this game, or was it right before? I don't know. But still undecided. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm putting in that list just yet. It's always a surprise. But I was made aware that Majora's Mask is something to keep an eye on when it comes to spooky. So, as always, I always feel very, I guess, honored to have The Legend of Zelda on here, especially the Ocarina of Time. It's very nerve-wracking. A game I've been hearing about for over 2 decades now. So to hear it slowly through its soundtrack, very cool. So yeah, that is Shadow Temple slash Kakiro Village Well. Okay. This will make it into VGM Vibe 7, so there's one spoiler. And yeah, I will see you in that. Thank you to all the requesters. Thank you to all the voters on Patreon. My name is Jesse. I will see you in VGM Vibe 7. I will see you later. Peace.